everybody, and welcome back to the channel where today we're going through another NFL Power Ranking as we are now in 4 weeks of the NFL season, about a quarter of the way through, starting to see more of what these teams are and who they are going to be in the rest of the year. We have the same 5 tiers as normal. We got Super Bowl, Division, Wild Card, Meh, and Bad. And let's get started with the Arizona Cardinals, down to 2-2 after a close loss on Thursday Night Football against the Seattle Seahawks, losing particularly because they did not know how the new kickoff rules work, so that was very smart of them. But, I mean, gotta say it, Marvin Harrison Jr. is starting to pick up a bit. Kyler Murray's playing all right. Just a tough divisional loss there for the Cardinals, so they stay in the meh tier. Also staying in the med tier, actually, I'm going to move up to wild card due to who they beat. The Atlanta Falcons, able to defeat the Washington Commanders, who were without Jaden Daniels, but really is because of a great performance by Michael Penix Jr., over 300 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. Run game was good, defense was solid. 2-2, very good for Atlanta. They're, say, in the wild card tier. There. Next up, we have the Baltimore Ravens, who ended up, where are they? Losing to the Chiefs pretty badly. They're now 1-3 on the year. I'm putting them down in meh because even though the offense has been good so far this year, not really that good against Kansas City, the defense is a massive, massive concern. They've been giving up basically almost 40 points a week. Terrible defense. And now Lamar could be out for a couple of weeks due to a hamstring injury. It's just not looking good for Baltimore whatsoever. A very, very disappointing start in what has been a must-win year for them. And it just has not been good at all. Next up, though, Buffalo Bills. They handled business on Sunday against the Saints. Not really much to say about them. I mean, Josh Allen continues to do Josh Allen things. And overall, they're one of the top few teams in the NFL right now. Next up is the Carolina Panthers, who are in bad tier. And they're not going to be in the top of bad tier either because they got blown out by the Patriots by a score of 42-13. That is embarrassing. You should be embarrassed of yourself, Carolina. You should not be losing to New England, a team on your level, that badly. So, yeah, you're down there in bad. Next up is Chicago, who gonna be up here in meh. I mean, they won because they blocked a field goal, which is kind of fluky, but they're at 2-2. They're keeping pace in their division. And Caleb isn't playing bad. He's not playing great, but he's not playing bad. He did have a touchdown interception this week. More concerning, though, the run game has not been great. Averaged 2.7 yards per attempt this week against a pretty bad Raiders defense. So, not really that impressed there. But, hey, you take 2-2 when you can get 2-2. Next up, Cincinnati. Gonna put them down here in meh, even though they are 2-2. No, actually, no, they got blown out. They're going down in bad. They need Joe Burrow if they want to be competitive. But even with Joe Burrow, this team would not be close to the playoffs this year. They're just too many holes on his roster. Offensive line can't do crap. Jamar Chase can't do crap apparently on Joe Burrow. Don't have a run game. They don't have a defense. They don't have much of anything going on except for their quarterback, who is hurt. And now they have Jake Browning, and he is quickly proving to be not a good quarterback whatsoever. So, yeah, they're down in bad. Also in bad is the Cleveland Browns. They kept it close for a bit, but the Lions' firepower just overpowered them to the final score of 34-10. But I will say, Quinshon Judkins has been a really good running back for them in the 2 weeks he has played. I mean, another week he's had here of 82 rushing yards, had a rushing touchdown as well. Pretty good out of the young guy, so good job on the Browns there. Dallas, moving up to the top of meh. I mean, they're 1-2-1. They tied with the Packers, which is a great performance for them because they were able to, on offense, keep up with Green Bay. Dak had one of his best games of his career. Very impressive offense without CeeDee Lamb. George Pickens pick up the slack. But this defense is still very, very bad. I mean, they gave up 40 points again. Not great for Dallas there, but man, this offense is fun. Let's just go with that there. So, good performance out of the Cowboys. Next up is the Denver Broncos, who were able to blow out the Cincinnati Bengals on Monday night. They're going into the wild card tier. I mean, once this offense is right and they play good football, they can win games. The problem is the offense has been very inconsistent so far this year. So, yeah, Denver defense is fantastic. Offense is going to get there, so they're in wild card tier. Next up is the Detroit Lions, up here in Super Bowl contender. I mean, they did what they had to do. They blew out the Lions. Offense looks completely different from their Week 1 blowout loss to the Packers. Defense is starting to get better. They're playing some good football. They're up there in Super Bowl contender. Next up is Green Bay, who I'm still going to keep in division, but they're definitely going to be moving down in division, mainly because the offense played really darn good football. I mean, I did more of a breakdown of what my opinions of the Packers in my previous video that I did yesterday, but I'm concerned about this defense. But we have 3 weeks of great defense compared to 1 week of bad defense. They're going to pull it together. They're on their bye week. They get healthy on the offensive line. The Packers will be fine, but after the past 2 weeks, definitely pumping the brakes on the Packers hype train there. So, still in division, though. Next up is Houston, who is in meh at 1-3. But they got a much-needed win after blowing out the Tennessee Titans. The defense, I believe, pitched a shutout. 26-0. I mean, it is against the Titans, one of the worst teams in football this year. But the defense absolutely did his job against Cam Ward, holding him to 108 yards passing, 1 interception, got sacked twice. Yeah. Houston needs all the wins it can get, though, as the Colts are proving to be a very good football team. I'm still having them in division tier. They're still going to be behind the Packers, but, I mean, losing by 7 to the Rams, nothing to sneeze at. As the Rams are a very good team. The Colts played really well. They lost because of Adonai Mitchell fumbled when he wasn't, completely for no reason at all. I mean, Daniel Jones did kind of have a bad game, had 2 interceptions in this game, but still able to keep it close against a contender in the LA Rams. Very impressive from the Colts there. Next up is the Jacksonville Jaguars, who also are at 3-1. I'm moving them up into wildcard tier because 3-1, they just beat the 49ers, who granted are injured the heck back, but are still a solid football team. Liam Cohen is coaching his team well. The defense, particularly, has been fantastic. So, yeah, Jacksonville's proving that they belong. Next up is Kansas City, who are moving back up into division tier after dominating the Baltimore Ravens. They're at 2-2. They had the best game of the year so far for them against the Ravens. And, yeah, 0-2 for the Chiefs. Still have some concerns about them, but able to just absolutely mow down. Mahomes had a 4-touchdown day, almost 300 yards passing. Just absolutely great production out of him. So, good job, Kansas City, on that. Next up, in division tier still, is going to be the Chargers. I'm moving them down from Super Bowl tier behind the Chiefs because you cannot lose to the New York Giants and Jackson Dart when Malik Neighbors goes out with an injury. Just not great football out of the Chargers here. I mean, Herbert had 2 interceptions on the day. Really not great performance from him. Amari Hampton, though, looked really good. Playing some good football after a couple weeks of struggling. And Quentin Johnson is looking like a number 1 wide receiver nowadays. So, I still have faith in this Chargers team, but knocking them down a peg because you cannot lose to the Giants. But, actually moving up for me in Super Bowl contender, LA Rams. 3-1, with their only loss being to the Eagles after they had a blocked field goal. Yeah, the Rams are a premier team in the NFL right now. They beat the Colts, who have been a really strong team to start the year. The Stafford-Adams connection is going really well. He had almost 400 yards passing and 3 touchdowns. The offense was on all cylinders. Puka Nacua, almost 200 yards catching, receiving, just absolutely insane. So, yeah, the Rams offense is playing really well, and the defense has been playing really well as well. So, yeah, up there in Super Bowl tier. And then the opposite of Super Bowl tier is the Raiders in bad tier, but they were close to getting a victory over the Bears with this epidemic of block kicks happening in NFL. They probably would have won the game if otherwise. And this is also the first real game that we saw Ashton Jeanty look like he belonged, because the Raiders finally used him. Had 130 yards rushing, average of 6.6 yards, 1 rushing touchdown, and they finally got him involved in the passing game with 2 catches for 2 touchdowns. If he keeps this up, the Raiders will be fine, but got a question of if they're smart enough to use him properly. So there's that. Next up, Miami got their first win against the Jets on Monday Night Football 27-21, but it's a bit of a Pyrrhic loss as Tyreek Hill is going to be out for the year with a massive knee injury, which is not good at all. The Dolphins don't have any faith in them at all. They're just not a very good football team. The reason why they have a win is because they face an even worse football team in the Jets, so not good there. Next up is the Vikings, who lost pretty big against the Steelers there. Putting them in meh because it just wasn't impressive. Carson Wentz looked really bad for a vast majority of this game. The Steelers kind of played with their food too long a bit there, so. But, yeah, Minnesota, not a great look. I mean, we'll see how they rebound next week against the Browns, against that defense, so Minnesota's there in meh. Next up, we have the New England Patriots, who are at 2-2. And I'm still going to put them in bad, but they're at the top of bad because I still don't know what to think of this team. Absolutely dominated the Panthers. Drake May had his best game of his career, going for 4 total touchdowns. Great performance out of him. Defense played well, limiting Carolina's offense really heavily there. So, good job, New England. Need one more week to move you up a tier, but yeah, very solid there out of New England. Next up is the Saints. Yeah, they're one of the bottom 2 teams in the league. Just not a lot of talent there. I mean, they played decent enough against the Bills. Got 19 points again, only lost by 12. But it was never in real any danger for the Saints to win that game. But you got to appreciate the effort, though. Next up is the Giants, who are also going to be in the top of bad. 1-3. They lost some league neighbors for the year, but the combination of Jackson Dart and Cam Scatterbo just absolutely bulldozing people is very fun to watch. Defense played very well. The Chargers are a very good football team, and the Giants were able to out-physical them. That is key. And so maybe the Giants can go on a little run here at Jackson Dart, but we'll see. Who's not going on a run is the New York Jets. Got absolutely stomped by the Dolphins here, even though the final score is 27-20. Justin Fields is not the answer and never will be. Accept it, move on, and try to get a quarterback next year. And the defense, which is supposed to be Aaron Glenn's calling card, not been great either. The Jets are incredibly bad. Who's not incredibly bad is the Philadelphia Eagles. 4-0. 4-0 for the Eagles. They were able to beat the Buccaneers, which is a very good feat there. 31-25. Close game, but Philly's able to get it done. Keep their season undefeated for them. Next up is the Steelers, who are going in the division tier. 3-1. That's pretty good for them. They have a clear advantage over the Ravens because the Ravens are injured, the Bengals, and the Browns. I mean, at this point, the Steelers should be the favorite to win the AFC North. Aaron Rodgers is showing that he still has something left in the tank. He has been playing very good football so far this year, and the defense is starting to wake up a bit as well. So Pittsburgh is up there. Also up in division tier, Seattle. Yeah, this team is getting solid. Sam Darnold might just be a good quarterback now because he has been playing some very good, solid quarterback here the past couple of games. The defense is playing well. I still don't think they're going to win the division. I think LA is better, but still, very good football team there. Next up is San Francisco. Putting them in wild card tier for me. I mean, the injuries is getting to be too much, man. They're 3-1 still, but losing to the Jaguars, they lost Ricky Pearsall for probably a couple of weeks. On top of the other injuries they have, is not very good. This team still has a very favorable schedule and one of the best coaches in Kyle Shanahan, so I still believe they will be there. But yeah, not great out of the 49ers camp. Next up is Tampa Bay, up here in division. Tough loss against a really good Eagles team. Still the best team in the NFC South. Still believe in Baker Mayfield. Still going to have some good games there. So Tampa Bay's up there for me. Actually, I'm moving behind the Packers. Next up, Tennessee. Worst team in football. Got shut out. Cam Ward has no help whatsoever. The coach is incompetent. So, yeah, the Titans are there in bad. And finally, Washington. I am putting you down in wild card tier, mainly because you are 2-2. But you should be getting Jaden Daniels back, and that should help right the ship. Defense looking a little leaky here this year, but offense should get better with Jaden Daniels. So that is my tier list this week. In Super Bowl, we have Philadelphia, Buffalo, Detroit, and LA Rams. Division, we got Kansas City, LA Chargers, Green Bay, Tampa Bay, Pittsburgh, Indianapolis, Seattle. Wild card, I have Denver, Washington, Jacksonville, San Francisco, Atlanta. I have Dallas, Minnesota, Baltimore, Houston, Chicago, Arizona. Bad, I have New York Giants, New England, Cincinnati, Vegas, Miami, Carolina, Cleveland, New Orleans, New York Jets, and Tennessee Titans. Let me know down in the comments below if you agree, disagree, who do you have higher, who would you have lower, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.